my dear students, I Gaudiman welcomes you all in our Path Maths online classes. You are watching Path online tutorial classes, dear students, and in our tutorial classes till now we have completed 9 chapters from your NCERT book. So today I am here to tell you about the chapter number 10, which is known as your straight line. Straight line is a concept from your coordinate system. So let us recall all the concept what we have discussed in your lower classes about the coordinate system. For that, let us consider two mutually perpendicular lines which are intersecting each other at a common point O. This common point O is your known as origin, and if we can take equal intervals on your line x o x dash, y o y dash, like this 1 2 3 4 5 and so on. Similarly 1 2 3 4 5 and so on. This is -1 -2 -3 -4 and so on. Here -1 -2 -3 -4 and so on. Then the line x o x dash, you know very well, is known as x axis. The line y o y dash is known as y axis. The complete system taken together is known as your coordinate system, in which x axis and y axis are taken together in a mutually perpendicular form. The point O, which is common to x axis and y axis, is known as origin. Now if you want to find the position of any point, let us, I am taking a point P here, whose position I want to find, then the position of this point can be measured from the taking distance from x axis as well as y axis. The distance which is your measure from y axis is known as the x coordinate of the point. This is your how much? 4. And the distance measured from x axis is known as your y coordinate of the point. This is your 3. So distance from the y axis of this point is 4, and distance from the x axis for this point is your 3. So the position of the point is 4, 3, and this point is nothing but is to be referred as coordinates of the point. So using coordinate system, we can locate the position of any point which is given in this plane. These two axes will break the complete plane into 4 quadrants. This is known as the first quadrant, this is second quadrant, this is third quadrant, and this is the fourth quadrant. And you can see in the first quadrant the value of x as well as y will be positive. In the second quadrant, the value of x will be negative, but the value of y is positive. In case of third quadrant, value of x as well as y both will be negative, and in the fourth quadrant, x will be positive but y will be negative. So these are very basic concepts which you have already discussed in your lower classes. I am just recalling all the concepts today. Now let's see if any point is there, any other point is also there, like this. This is the next point Q, whose position is your 5, 1, or whose coordinates are 5, 1. Then we can also find the distance between the 2 points by using distance formula. So first of all, let's discuss about the distance formula which we studied in your 10th class. What is this distance formula? If any 2 points are there with coordinates x1, y1, and second point having coordinates x2, y2, then the distance between these 2 points AB can be measured by formula x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square under the root. So this is the formula through which we can find the distance between the 2 points, and this is your mainly used for examining the figures which type of figures is given to you. Like आपको अगर कोई vertices given है किसी भी figure के, whatever it is a quadrilateral or a triangle, then you can examine by distance formula, or you can check which type of figure is this one, whether it is a parallelogram, whether it is a equilateral triangle, and so on. Now after that you studied about the area of a triangle as well. We studied area of a triangle also by using the vertices of the given triangle. Let us consider any triangle. This is your any triangle ABC having vertices x1 comma y1, x2 comma y2, x3 comma y3. This triangle can also be taken in this cardinal plane as well by taking the coordinate system. So I am taking the generalization form. A, B, C are the vertices of a given triangle. If you want to find the area of this triangle, then area is always given by half of x1 y2 minus y3 plus x2 y3 minus y1 plus x3 y1 minus y2. And you can remember this formula by taking a circle as 1, 2 and 3. Outside the braces this x coordinate will be there. तीनों जो हमारे टर्म्स हैं उसके अंदर x बार होगा और अंदर सारी y की टर्म्स होंगी, और जो y की टर्म्स में y1 y2 y3 जो लेने हैं, that can be taken in order like this. If one is outside the braces, then you have to take 2 3. अगर बाहर 1 है तो अंदर 2 3 लेंगे, और अगर बाहर 2 है तो 3 1 is to be taken, and अगर बाहर आपका 3 है तो 1 is to be taken. So in this way you can remember this formula to find the area of a triangle. Now certain cases were there in case of a area of a triangle, that is your, if in case area of triangle comes out as 0, अगर आपका किसी भी केस में area of triangle 0 आता है, it means the points are said to be as collinear. If area of a triangle is equal to 0, then the points are known as collinear. What it mean? Collinear means the point will lie on a straight line. Collinear means the points which lie on a line. So it's very easy to understand. अगर आपका triangle का area 0 है, it means वहाँ पर ट्रायंगल फॉर्म ही नहीं होती है उन पॉइंट से. अगर आप 3 पॉइंट आपको मिलते हैं और आपको कहते हैं कि चेक कीजिएगा ये पॉइंट कोलिनियर है या नहीं, तो उसके लिए आप एरिया ऑफ ट्रायंगल निकाल सकते हैं. अगर कोई भी 3 पॉइंट एक ही लाइन पर लाई करेंगे, ओनली इन दैट केस ट्रायंगल कांट बी फॉर्म. ट्रायंगल बन नहीं सकती, बनेगी नहीं तो इसका मतलब एरिया नहीं होगा, और एरिया अगर 0 होगा इसका मतलब पॉइंट्स हमारे एक ही लाइन पर लाई करते हैं. If any point is there which is not lying on the line, then triangle can be formed, और triangle बनेगी तो एरिया भी बनेगा. So it implies अगर triangle का एरिया 0 है तो पॉइंट्स कोलिनियर होते हैं, और अगर पॉइंट्स कोलिनियर होते हैं तो triangle का एरिया 0 होगा. These conditions are vice versa. So this is your all about the triangle का एरिया के बारे में बात की हमने. Now let's discuss about your section formula. What is your section formula? Already discussed in your 10th class. ये सारे जो concepts मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ already हम लोग discuss कर चुके हैं क्लास 10th के अंदर. So I am just remembering all these concepts, recalling all the concepts. So first case देखिएगा, section formula. What is this section formula? Let's consider any line segment AB. This is the line AB having coordinates x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2. If any third point C is there which intersects this line segment AB in some ratio internally, let's see this point which is intersecting AB in some ratio m is to n, then using section formula we can find the value of the coordinates of the point C. then the coordinates of the point C will be given by, coordinates of C will be given by, this is your M. Just take this M with your x coordinate of the right hand side element coordinate and then multiply it by left hand side. So this is M multiplied by x2 plus N multiplied by x1 over M plus N. Similarly, take the y coordinate as well, M multiplied by y2 plus N multiplied by y1 over M plus N. This is the coordinates of the point C which is dividing the line segment AB in some ratio m:n internally. Now this point C can also divide this line segment in some ratio externally as well. This is the case whenever this is dividing internally. Now what is the meaning of externally as well? Externally, when a C is your making some ratio with your AB externally, means if line segment is there AB and the ratio is taken from outside this your line segment AB. From here we need to measure the ratio of C from A, C from B. In this case this is known as your externally, and the coordinates of C in this case is given by mx2 minus nx1 over m minus n. And this is my2 minus ny1 over m minus n, where the coordinates of A are x1 comma y1 and the coordinates of B are your x2 comma y2. So this is the case in which we can apply the section formula. The two cases are there, the coordinates of the point C which is dividing internally as well as your externally. Now one more sub case is there for section formula. If this point C is your the midpoint of the line segment AB, अगर midpoint पे intersect करता है कोई point C AB को having coordinates x1 y1, B is having coordinate x2 y2, and C the point which is your intersecting the line segment AB internally at the midpoint. In this case what will happen? The ratio will be same, 1:1 will be there, and the coordinates of C in this case will be all given by x1 plus x2 upon 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2, because the value of m and n both are 1 here. यहाँ पर 1 है, अगर 1 है तो ये this is simply x2 plus x1 upon 1 plus 1 कितना होगा 2. So this is x1 plus x2 by 2. Similarly here m की वैल्यू 1, n की वैल्यू भी 1, तो y1 plus y2 upon 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1 is again 2. So this is the coordinates of the point C which divides the line segment at your midpoint, and this is known as your midpoint formula. This is known as your midpoint formula. Now these were the concepts which we used in your 10th class for the chapter coordinate system, coordinate symmetry, and these are in this class also helpful to solve some basic questions. So in your exercise 10.1 we have some basic questions based on this topic. And now my dear students, I am going to start the topic which is not from your 10th class, which is your now in class 11. So the topic is your known as slope of a line. This is very important, dear students. You should have to clarify the concepts first, and after that only you can solve the questions. आपको देखिए कोई भी चैप्टर आप करते हैं सबसे पहले आपको जरूरी काम होता है कि concepts को अच्छे से clear करें. अगर आपको concepts clear है then you will be able to solve any type of the questions. So let me illustrate the concept which is behind the slope of a line. What is the meaning of a slope of a line? First of all, what do you mean by slope? Think about till that I am rubbing the board. जब तक बोर्ड रब करता हूँ आप सोच लीजिएगा what is your slope? What can be a slope? Not in mathematical form, just think about generally from your life. Slope. Have you listened this word slope? I hope you all are aware this word slope. घर के अगर जब हम घर बनाते हैं, घर के बाहर जो भी रैंप होता है वहाँ स्लोप एग्जिस्ट करता है। गाड़ी चलाने के लिए हम लोग मिस्त्री जी को बोलते हैं, सर भैया या अंकल इसको ज़रा थोड़ा सा नीचे रखना ताकि गाड़ी आराम से चढ़ जाए। नीचे रखने का मतलब है कि जो रैंप हमने फॉर्म किया है घर के बाहर, वो रैंप आपका कम ऊंचाई पे होगा तो आप आराम से गाड़ी को चला सकते हैं। जितना ज़्यादा ऊंचाई पर आपका मकान होगा उस पर गाड़ी चलाना उतना ही मुश्किल होगा। तो वो जो रैंप की हम जो ऊंचाई और ऊंचाई की बात करें, दैट इज नथिंग बट योर द स्लोप ऑफ द रैंप विद द योर स्ट्रीट के साथ जितना आपका लाइक दिस इज योर स्ट्रीट एंड रैंप इज लाइक दिस, इट इज स्मूथली गाड़ी चल सकती है। अगर आपका रैंप ज़्यादा ऊंचा होगा, दिस इज योर मोर टफ एज कंपेयर टू दिस वन, मतलब इससे ज़्यादा टफ रहेगा यहाँ पर गाड़ी चलाना, यहाँ पर गाड़ी अंदर करना इजी। सो क्या समझे इस मतलब, इसका क्या मतलब हुआ कि व्हाट मे बी द स्लोप, क्या हो सकता है स्लोप बिल्कुल ठीक बात है, आप जो सोच रहे हैं बिल्कुल सही सोच रहे हैं। स्लोप इज जस्ट योर द इंक्लाइनेशन ऑफ वन लाइन टू द अदर लाइन। स्लोप इज द inclination of one line with the other line. So if in case we are talking about the mathematical definition of the slope, then this is given by, let me state the mathematical definition of the slope. Slope is always given by, this is your y-axis, this is x-axis, then slope of a line is given by the tangent of the angle made by a line with the positive direction of x-axis anti-clockwise. Means if this is the theta made by a line with positive direction of x-axis